Hold up, guys. Got to take my cough drop because the brother's been under the weather for a while. But I got to talk about this, guys. I got to ask the questions, the most pertinent questions. I got to ask them. What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. And guys, why are they so mad? Why are they so mad about Eric July's success with the RIPPAVERSE? Everybody's been talking about this. This is the biggest story to come out of July. You might say that Eric July owned July because the RIPPAVERSE is easily on track to make at least something like $3, $4, $5, $6 million. You know what I mean? Just call him the $6 million man. Here comes Eric July and RIPPAVERSE. Here he comes. Yes. Eric July owned July. Okay. People have pre-ordered his #1 book, ISOM, that's going to be coming out on the RIPPAVERSE. And you got a lot of people out here who are just a little bit butthurt. You know, they feel the sting. They feel the pins and needles on their ass for some reason, when you should be applauding this man. You should be congratulating him. But no, you don't have that going on. And see, this is a perfect example, guys, of what I've been talking about in my videos for as long as I've been on YouTube. I've always said black people do not have the right to be complaining about being so-called left out of things like Star Wars, Star Trek, just about everything you can name, because throughout history, we never encouraged our kids to do these things. We never embraced geekdom. We never embraced nerddom. No, we never did. And I always gave the example of how my very own daddy, my very own father, used to rip up my comics. I made the joke on last week's was it Dark Council. I said that my father was the original Young Ripper because that man ripper up my comics. He ripped them up every time I would create something. And I didn't consider myself to be a comic book artist as much as I saw myself as wanting to be a cartoonist. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I got the cough drop, by the way, guys, so you got to bear with me here. I hope it's not being picked up on the microphone. If it is, I'll have to do this video again. Or maybe not. I'm just that raw with it. But anyway, I used to do my creations, right? And I would draw like all day. My pops, his mode, his weapon of choice when he wanted to punish me was always to rip up my comics, right? So I guess I was a bad kid because he ripped up just about every comic I ever made for myself, right? And I would have to clean it up. My comics, my creations, in pieces on the floor in front of me. And after a while, it did kill my dreams. I wish I had been strong enough where I could have persevered through that and I would have pushed through it. But after a while, I was just like, nope, fuck this. Guess it just wasn't meant to be. I ain't cleaning up no more of this shit. You know what I mean? So I gave it up. Okay, and I tell that story, guys, because I'm not the only one, I'm sure, that is going through that. You know, whenever I tell that story in my comment section, I have people all the time coming in telling me it was like that for them too. They had their dreams crushed too. You know, not just black, but white people, you know, white kids, you know, they tell me the same thing. You know, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to talk about the black discouragement of creativity when it comes to comic books and sci-fi and sci-fantasy. We weren't there because we didn't encourage it for the most part. We were our own worst enemy. So I've always talked about that because that is something that we should be confronting first before we start getting in Disney's face or Marvel's face or DC's face or anybody else talking about, where's the black people? How come there's not more black characters? We want black Spider-Man. We want black Captain America. No! Did you earn it? Historically speaking, we did not. Okay? I believe in the creativity of our people. Yes, I do. But our people did not believe in themselves. And so we find ourselves today where we have one such as Eric July, who is doing what he's doing, making history, okay? There's no way around this. That man is making history, and it should be acknowledged. It should be applauded. But, unfortunately, I am on the lookout because I know how these things work. We are a crabs in a barrel type of people, and it doesn't take much for other people to manipulate us to go against one another. Okay, so I'm expecting it. I'm expecting the same tired actors who come out all the time. But for the sake of this video, I want to get into one Mr. Manuel Godoy. He is one of the creators of Black Sands Entertainment, doing some wonderful things over there, I might add, too. You know, he's doing his own comic book universe and everything, just like Dwayne McDuffie, may he rest in peace, who did Milestone Comics. I love it when I see these things. I love it. You see that I have Tuskegee Ears here, you know, as well. Fatal J, you know, good personal friend of mine, a brother of mine. Lord Callus as well, doing an unlikely pair. Fatal J doing Ninja Blast. There's a lot of excitement that's out here. There's room for everyone, and there's room for everyone to be congratulated for what they're doing. However, Manuel Godoy doesn't seem to agree with me because he decided to go on Facebook and say some words against that might even be harmful to Eric July. Okay, so let's get into what Manuel Godoy had to say on Facebook. All right, this is what he's telling his so-called followers. This is, like I said, one of the co-creators of Black Sands Entertainment. And he says, "I'll just rest my case here. Believe what you want. My crew is all black, and everyone I affiliate with is an ally to black causes." I know. There's a lot of allies to black causes that's out here today, aren't there? There's a lot of them out there, but are they really? That's the question. Just saying it doesn't make it so. But he's saying it like this is his credentials, so okay. And then he goes on to say, "You guys are really championing a dude that goes out of his way to champion Kyle Rittenhouse publicly." Okay, so you're going to attack the fact that Eric July ran into Kyle Rittenhouse at the Blaze Studios or Fox or wherever it was, and they took a picture together and posted it on social media. You're going to attack him for that before you congratulate him for what he's trying to do? How do you justify that? Oh yes, he justifies it by saying on another post, "Sorry, but if Fox News, Stormfront, 4chan, and others support a man, I absolutely cannot. Last time I checked, those platforms prefer the annihilation and banishment of my race. To those saying the RIPPAVERSE is just like me, unapologetic, why do those same platforms have endless racist posts about my company and pure hatred, yet love him?" So, you would feel better about it if they loved you, even though according to you, they're racist. But if they are racist, guys, and see, this is the problem with throwing the word racist around. If they are racist, why would they support Eric July, a black man, married to a black woman, putting out a project featuring black characters? That is not racist, my friend. That's not what you call racist. Racist is hatred. Racist is trying to stop someone from being happy, from prospering. So, by that definition, these outlets would not be racist if they are indeed supporting Eric July. All right, so you need to cut that out. This is the problem, guys. This is the ongoing problem with the black community and why, just exactly why, we've been underrepresented in this forum for as long as we have. Because we have not figured out yet how to support each other past our politics, you know, past the way that we think. We have no respect for one another's individuality. And the sad part about that is that individuality also leads to artistic expression. All right, it also leads to diversity of thought. And what we're saying, of course, as always, is that everyone has to think the same. Everyone has to believe the same. Everyone has to act the same way. Otherwise, we are in the sunken place. Yes, we've come back to that again. Once again, you are coons and Sambos and Uncle Toms. And it's strange how the people who consistently get called these things are indeed, in fact, the most successful among us. So when are we finally going to understand? We have been conditioned to hold each other back. We have been conditioned to sabotage one another, to disrespect one another. I would think that it's appropriate just to say, as a creator, Manuel, to say, congratulations, Eric, for making history, because everything that you're doing is going to be an inspiration to others, regardless of politics, regardless of how they might feel about life. The mere fact that now young kids are going to be able to look to people like Eric July, and you too, Manuel, And also to what Dwayne McDuffie was able to accomplish. Also Tuskegee Heirs, and also Fatal J, and also Lord Callis, and all these people. Abu Nas is about to release a novel himself, a series of novels. This is what's needed for people to understand that we're a part of this culture. We can contribute to this culture in a positive, constructive way. But no, you'd rather be dogging the man. You'd rather be insulting the man. You should be ashamed of yourself. This man is making his dreams come true, okay? He's doing all of these things. In the process of that, yes, he's making money. Is that wrong? I don't think so. All right, but the things that he's doing will have a lasting effect. All right, because no kid should have to go through what I went through. But everywhere I look, I see the kids are still going through it. Black kids are not allowed to be smart. We're not allowed to achieve without being called acting white, because we have accepted that the most positive attributes of humanity belong to white people. And then you want to turn around and use terms like white supremacy and white privilege when the only people who are giving them supremacy and privilege are you, black people. No one is saying that you can't do it more than you are. Who's the first person? The first people who will come out against Eric July? Black people. You blame him because because a lot of his clientele, a lot of his customers are white. Well, if he sat around waiting for black people, he'd never get anywhere. That's the sad fact of the matter. Okay? You have to offer quality first. All right? He didn't set out to market to white people. He set out to market to everyone, to give his customers the respect of knowing what they're looking for and attempting to provide that. Does it mean that his product is going to be perfect or free from criticism? Of course not. That's always been my point the whole time. Everything that you put out there is going to be subject to criticism. How you take it depends on who you are and whether you can turn that into something that you can use. But there it is. He is a creative, all right? He's attempting to do something that has never been done before. He's attempting to do something on his own, all right? And hire the best people possible to assist him in achieving that goal. That is only to be respected. But when you have people like you, Manuel, and whoever the other people who are going to be, who's going to come out, all the liberals, everything like that, who don't agree with his politics and everything, these people are enemies. They're enemies not just to us who support Young Rippa and Eric July in the RIPPAVERSE, but they're enemies to creativity. They're enemies to inspiration. They're enemies to true diversity. Because when you try to stop something like this, you're trying to stop young kids who are already seeing this. They should have someone they can point to and say, look, Mom, you shouldn't discourage me. That's what I used to have to go through. People used to tell me, oh, it's way too competitive, Mark. You shouldn't get into cartooning. You should do something more average. Don't do it. You can't compete is basically what they were telling me. But now young kids can say, look at Eric July. Even look at Manuel. Look at Black Sands Entertainment. Like I said before, look at Fatal J. Look at Ninja Blast. Look at Tuskegee Heirs. Look at these people. We should be helping each other. It should be a network. And the network is good for all of us. I don't care if you're black, white, anything. Entertainment, imagination, creativity. It makes all of us better. There's no room for this, Manuel. There's no room for attacking people this way. But I fear that this is just the beginning. I represent the Dark Council, all right? We're some grown men, and of course, our lovely producer, Lorena Creole. We love and respect one another. We support one another. It doesn't mean that we always agree with one another, but we all respect our goals. We all respect our inspirations and where we come from, and we support one another. All right? And that's the way it's supposed to be. That's how you prosper. But doing stuff like this, guys, the only purpose it serves is just showing why and how we failed for so long. But I say congratulations to Young Rippa. Congratulations, Eric July. You always have a home with the Dark Council. Feel free. Anytime you want to roll up, we support you. And as you say, we will win. No matter what these people try, we will win. But all right, guys, I just wanted to have my say there. You can get in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about all of this. Even if you're out there, Manuel, you want to sound off, feel free, man, because it's not to disrespect you. But it's time we started thinking differently about this, guys. Once again, thank you for listening. I'll catch you on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.